Hello, everybody.
Welcome back
Welcome back to ROLO World.
to episode 4, right?
4 or 5. I think
Damn, it's 5.
I think it's 5.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
We'll figure it
Yeah,
out. Who
we'll figure it
knows?
out. Yeah, it's
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, yeah.
How's everyone's week? Is it good? Is it wonderful so far? Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Leave a
hopefully.
comment. What are we going to talk about today?
Mm, so we started a conversation.
Yeah. We're
Um,
not sure exactly, but
a little bit
we're going to wheel
about
the conversation
yeah.
in the right
So
way.
when she stepped into the house, um, I mentioned to her that I was watching this video, and then the YouTube video was based on dopamine.
Yes.
And how dopamine works, um, what dopamine is, and then like how could you use dopamine to better yourself or better your
Right.
life, right? And how come dopamine allows people to be addicted to certain things or
Right.
like causes addiction to certain things versus something else,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about today.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked before about this, so this
Yeah,
is
we're just
just
gonna raw dog
raw dog
it.
information about
Yeah,
conversation about dopamine.
exactly.
Yeah. So before I mentioned like dopamine or any of the stuff that I mentioned before, like a little bit, when you stepped in,
Yeah.
what was your perception, or what do you know about dopamine?
So I always think of dopamine in like a negative context. That's like I hear more often about it being negative than positive.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, even though like obviously there's a lot of positives to it, obviously because it's a natural hormone in our body, like that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I just hear about like how like instant gratification and like how your phone, like Instagram, social media, like all these things are just instant gratification. Like we can't wait for things anymore. Like we can't like slowly enjoy something. It always
Yeah.
has to be done like right now
Right now.
and like that kind of thing. So when I think about dopamine, like oh,
English? English?
literally my brain just stopped working. When I think of dopamine, like that's what I think about. It's just like scrolling or anything that just gets you like instant gratification and like never like a slow burn, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like
So it's
yeah.
almost like how do you survive in a world that is everything is instant gratificational? Everything is just
It's
snapping a
hard.
finger and you're on
It's
your
hard.
phone, you're scrolling through reels, you're watching videos. Um, you're like, um, hey, I just did this and I'm feeling stressed out, so I'm gonna go on my phone and or I'm gonna let's say go buy some food and
Right.
that's just like the food probably is not healthy for you to eat, but you're like stress eating, and that's
Right.
also a form of like I would say like addiction.
Yeah.
That's also like a form of negative, like you were talking about, like the negative use of dopamine.
Right.
You know, like how do you survive in a world like
It's also hard because
that?
it's not like, oh, like we're just doing this to ourselves. Like it's not like, oh, I'm just addicted to my phone. Like it's literally everyone and like every company. Like companies are built on this new way of living. Like everything
Yeah,
has to be fast.
yeah,
Like if you like your job, like you have to get these clients in this amount of time, really, like you have to. There's no other, you know what I mean? It's like
hmm
very fast and like everything's like that. At Chipotle, like they're gonna be fast getting you your food because you don't want to wait.
hmm
You know,
yeah,
it's like very like everything I feel like is very fast now, and
yeah.
it's honestly hard to keep up sometimes
That's
because
true.
like
That's true.
as someone who like let's say you're trying to be more aware of yourself and like how much you're on social media and
Yeah,
all these things, like you can't because you're so like everything around you is so like
yeah.
quick.
You know, way back when,
Yeah.
before like Stone Age time, when we were not even um using technology,
Like
right?
motorized. Yeah.
Like right. Um, it was very much different
Yeah.
because you actually had to do work to go get food, or you actually had
Right.
to um go out and do the hard work before you have vegetables to eat. You know,
Right.
um, and it has changed a lot
Yeah.
over time,
No,
and
definitely.
our brain, I think, can't keep up with how fast
It
things
can't.
are because we haven't really gone into that evolution stage where we actually can, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and it's crazy to think about the side effects of
Right.
that being compounded over time and how quickly like you could get addicted to one thing,
Right.
right? In the podcast, right, or in the video that I was watching,
Yeah.
right, this lady was talking about how she was addicted to reading novels, like reading books,
Okay. That's a
right?
really interesting thing to be addicted to, but
Very interesting, right? And I had to hear her
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So basically, these novels were like very graphic
Yeah.
in the reading. Whatever she was reading was very very graphic, right?
Mhm.
And she got addicted to it over time, whereas she was in her 30s and her kids were no longer young anymore.
Right.
So she they were, taking care of themselves, they were doing their own thing, and she had a lot of free time. So she started reading
Right.
reading these novels, and she said over time she found herself like she would be up very late at night
Mhm.
reading these novels.
Yeah, you get into it.
She would hide and read these novels. She would go on vacation
Yeah.
and read these novels. And
That's
it's just like
crazy.
everybody's outside in
Yeah.
like Florida enjoying themselves on the beach, and you're inside like reading these novels, right?
Right.
Um, but it was very interesting to hear her side, her story, and like her side of like how she got addicted, and
Right.
the type of dopamine, the like the rush that it give her, that she
Yeah.
got into even more graphic books.
Yeah.
Like it just kept getting worse and worse over time. That she had to catch herself. She had to
Right.
first realize that it was an addiction, and that she got something really good from these books that she wasn't getting from her kids anymore because her kids didn't need
Right.
her. So it was very very interesting to hear that story.
And it's also interesting because I also like have experienced something like that where there was like a period where I was like, oh, I want to try like actually reading. Like in school, I hated reading because like you were forced to do it.
Hmm.
But then when I got out of college, I was like, oh my God, like I want to try like reading like for fun and like actually read books I want to read.
Yeah,
And I got into like Colleen Hoover books. And literally, there was one day I spent 6 hours straight reading.
six
Like, I'm
hours.
not even joking. Like, I stayed in my bed for 6 hours. I maybe went pee twice,
Hmm.
and I was just reading the whole time.
Yeah.
I read the whole book. Like, it was really crazy. And so, like, when you're like telling me your story, it made me think of that. Me
Hmm.
just like sitting there reading for 6 hours because I really couldn't put it down. Like,
Yeah.
me, like, knowing that I was gonna get up and like go do something and not know what's gonna happen next, I
Yeah.
couldn't handle it. I was
Yeah.
like, I have to know. Like, I'm so emotionally invested now, like, I have to know what happens.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. That's interesting.
So, I know,
Um,
like, what she's talking about in some way.
when you find something that you really really like
Yeah.
over time,
You, like, can't.
and then you can't
Yeah.
stop it
Yeah.
because she was explaining how the brain works in like pleasure and pain,
Mhm.
and she was explaining how the same hormones that govern pleasure is the same hormones that govern pain as well.
Right.
And when you have too much pleasure, which is in today's world, where it's like
There's it's
you're
just too
always on a
much.
high, you're
Yeah.
always on like a high dopamine. You open your phone, you start scrolling, and it's like boom,
Right.
you're lost. Getting that dopamine rush. To equal it out, you have to have the pain side of
Right.
things. It's like a balanced scale. They
Yeah.
were saying, right? So every time you're trying to equal it out, there's a load of pain that has to be added for it to balance out, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And for that whole cycle to stop, or for us as like a society
Mhm.
to like stop those particular cycles or those like particular addiction to certain things, it's like we almost have to like recondition
Yeah.
ourselves.
Well, I'll even point out this too, like, just slowing down. That's it.
which is so hard.
Just slowing down. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy. Like, you don't have to, like, have this new behavior or like learn this new thing. Like,
Hmm.
you just slow down. Like, because that when you slow down, that immediately like regulates your nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of this point earlier, like when you were talking, your brain, because of like the way it is, doesn't know the difference between like
It's confused.
getting attacked by a bear, like the actual feeling of it,
Yeah.
or like just like having anxiety all the time, or
Yeah.
like, like that fight or flight. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So like if your nervous system is like constantly like going, 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 like you're always like you're gonna be more susceptible to like, going on your phone because
Yeah.
like your
That's
brain's
true. That's
just
true.
wired that way.
Yeah. Also, she was saying how there was an experiment where there's a particular rat that that was using cocaine, right? They they give the rat cocaine,
Oh my
and
god.
every
That's a
time
crazy experiment.
every time the rat would press the lever to get more cocaine because the cocaine made the rat really happy. So
That is so
so
crazy. Oh my god.
so there's piles
That's
of
like not
there's
ethical.
there's piles of cocaine. This rat is just like
This
eating it,
is
right?
not
Right?
ethical.
Right? And they
Oh my
say the minute
god.
they stopped giving it cocaine, it was still pressing the bar.
Yeah.
It was still trying to get the cocaine. But
It's
over
crazy.
time, it
Yeah.
stopped, right? It stopped pressing the bar and it went to go do something else. But
Yeah.
the moment it was stressed out, the moment like
Right.
they shocked it, which is very unethical,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's
The rat the rat went back to press the lever.
right.
It's like when you're overly stressed, when you're too
Yeah.
stressed about life and too stressed about work, you go back into these coping mechanism,
Right.
right? And that's what drives up your dopamine. And you get a
Right.
whole flood of dopamine. And then now you have to make up for the pain side,
Right.
which is very hard because over time it's just piled up and your brain
Yeah.
becomes so confused.
Or just like conditioned.
Or yeah, conditioned.
It's
Yeah.
just because like when you do one habit like over and over again, you can't expect your brain not to like
Not to like it. Or like
right
not to like
do it.
do it.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like if you're like, oh, I hate driving with my hand up this way,
Yeah.
but you keep driving with
Put
your
your
hand
hand
this
up
way,
that
like
way.
you're gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
You can say all you want, but like your habits create your reality.
It's true.
And
That's true. It definitely goes deeper than
yeah,
just dopamine,
yeah.
but it's
I mean, that's
it's
the feeling that like we all chase is just
yeah.
dopamine because like for some people, dopamine can be like, oh, I'm trying to avoid these feelings of, sadness, anger, frustration, hurt, like whatever's going on, or like just deep wounds that you have emotionally, like whatever
Mm,
that is, like you just go for whatever. Like people use whatever to cope. Like
mm,
that girl with books. It's like a crazy example, but like it's true. Like people can
yeah.
be addicted to
She
anything.
was also talking about someone being addicted to water.
Water?
Yeah, which is crazy.
I've never heard of that before.
So what she was saying is that this particular girl that was one of her clients, she was addicted to alcohol.
Right.
And there's something in water that flushes out a particular thing that about alcohol in your system, right? And she wanted to flush out the alcohol so much that she got addicted to water. So she would drink a lot of water all the time.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if you can physically do that though.
no, it
Because
is
if you drink like if you drink too much water, you literally die.
yeah,
Like there was a study that went out, or not a study,
yeah.
but
No, so she wasn't drinking too much water, she was addicted to it. So like there's a difference between drinking a lot of water and being addicted to it.
yeah.
Like you could be addicted but not drink as much. You know what I mean?
Well, you have to like to be addicted, you have to do something more often. Like that goes hand in hand with it.
Yeah, but like what if she's drinking like a bottle of water? That was her addiction.
Yeah.
Final story, which is crazy, right? Probably shouldn't say this on here,
It's okay.
but she ended up taking her own life
Yeah.
because she couldn't get over the addiction,
Right.
which is like
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. The brain is a crazy thing, and it can make you go to crazy places for sure.
yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. It's I was surprised as you when I heard the whole water thing too,
Yeah.
because I just didn't think it was possible. Like how could
Right.
someone? Yeah, but Who knows?
I don't know.
I definitely didn't believe the whole book thing when I heard it, but I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if I fully believe the water thing, but
yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. She was obviously there's more like depth to the story,
Yeah.
but
I would
on
actually
a
have to
very
see like a
simpler yeah, you can watch a video too to
yeah,
like
I'd have to
understand.
see it or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. But yeah, there's definitely a fine line between dopamine and addiction.
Yeah.
Um,
Or they just go
and
hand in hand.
they do,
Yeah.
they do. Do you feel like people, like everyone, is addicted to something?
I would say so. Like I don't think like not in the same way,
Yeah, because
but
mhm,
I think we're all like dependent on something. And I think that's just kind of how like humans are to live. Like I think
mhm,
we all chase something, like
mhm,
a feeling, a state of being, like
yeah,
an object, like
yeah,
we're
yeah.
always, you
You,
know.
you know, us as a human race have never been getting so much dopamine ever.
Yeah.
I think it's breaking us as a human
No, it
race.
definitely
You know,
is. Like
um,
children
yeah,
are literally
they're
like they are so like I don't even know. It's so hard to like tame a kid who like is always like
yeah,
on a tablet or anything because
mhm,
they're just so used to moving like at Mach speed all the time, and that's like
mhm,
what they're taught
mhm, mhm,
through like giving a tablet because like that's what your games and movies and whatever are just so fast. So
yeah.
like yeah.
Like naturally, we're supposed to be able to, or we're supposed to go to the gym, work out, right, and get a little bit of dopamine at a
Yeah.
minimum portion, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, working out feels great for some people. Working out gives different dopamine level to different
Right.
people, right? Obviously, how I feel is not how you're gonna be feeling after you work out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the whole idea of it is when you're putting a lot of work and then you get a little bit of gratification, or like you go back in the Stone Age where they go hunting and they
Right.
kill like a cow or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They it probably took them a long time to catch the animal, and then when they did, they're like, oh yeah, let's come together and let's eat. Like
Right.
that was a good feeling. Now, equivalent to that killing that cow, it's like you going on your phone. You know what I mean?
It's definitely like a faster, yeah. I know what you
Faster
mean.
pace, right?
Yeah. It's a
Which
faster
which
process
is
and
like I don't know what we're doing to ourselves.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, honestly, like I don't know. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Before we continue, we'll take a little break just so you can get some water, do what you gotta do.
Don't say a good piss.
Well, you just said it. So
Okay,
he's saying take a good piss.
I
But
didn't say no.
get a piece of gum, do something, and we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.
Moments later, a few minutes later, a few inches later, 12 seconds later, 3 days later.
Welcome,
We are back
welcome,
from
welcome
break.
back.
Hello. Hope
Welcome
your
back.
piss was good and you got some water.
We hope you got some good water.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa. But
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we're talking about dopamine. We're talking about the brain
Hmm,
and
hmm.
addictions, which obviously, like, we're just touching like the base of everything. Like, there's so much deeper levels to like
Definitely.
addiction and all that shit. Like, we definitely don't know all of it, but
Yeah.
just touching some of the base stuff and like some ways that you can even like deal with having like that I guess addiction to like instant gratification.
Hmm,
Like
hmm.
slowing down is like what we talked about earlier. Like one of the
Yeah,
first things you can do,
yeah.
like just slow down. Like literally like when you're running out the door because you're like, "Oh my god, I'm going to be late," and like my wallet's in my room and all these things, like
Hmm.
just walk to your room. Don't run. Like
Yeah,
slow down. Like when you're taking your phone out of your pocket, don't like whip it out and then like be
yeah,
really like
yeah.
slow with it and then just like be intentional.
Also, I feel like just being in the U.S., like, because like foreign countries, not a lot of them have all the access to like
Yeah,
technology and all that stuff, and they're definitely not on their phone a lot.
right.
Um,
Yeah, we're
And
like always
when you were
smart.
talking about time just now, and that's why it sparked me to talk about this.
Yeah.
They have a more relaxed approach to time, like
Yeah.
especially in like Mexico, in like Europe, definitely relaxed. Like
Right.
if they say they're gonna be at somewhere for for 8 o'clock, definitely expect them for like 9. You
Yeah.
know, it's very relaxed,
Yeah.
chill. Obviously, they work hard. Yes, they still work hard, but there's a time
Right.
and a place for everything. Um,
Yeah.
and our society here have forced us to be on time, to be at a
Right.
place, at a meeting, on time. And if you're late, it's seen as like a disrespect. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know. I'm
Yeah, it's
I'm,
really
I'm
crazy. Like
probably telling you
everything.
guys to like, hey, leave the U.S. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know, but
Honestly, I feel like what a lot of people are doing now, but
literally,
who knows? All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We're wrapping it up.
yup,
Gave you maybe a shorter episode this week,
yup.
but I hope you have a great rest of your week. Hope you enjoyed the episode.
Mhm.
Laughs, good
Yeah.
combos.
Comment something that you guys do or are doing to um help with the whole dopamine
Yeah.
spiral, right? Because obviously that's gonna help other people too.
Yeah. No, comment some ways that you like help yourself slow down or not be so like, you know, anxious and tight all the time. Just like
Hmm.
chill and
Hmm. Hmm.
chill ways to relax, whatever. But
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me say my story really quick because it's such a good fucking story. I'll never forget this story. It is so cold in here.
Should I get the blanket?
I know. So chilly. Look at the fit. You gotta show off the fit. Where'd you get the pants?
Um, from my neighbor.
Your neighbor?
Yeah, my neighbor.
I thought we got those at H&M.
No, I got it from my neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then where's the shirt from?
From my neighbor.
From your neighbor.
Yeah. My neighbor's hand-me-down clothes.
Oh my god. The hat.
From my neighbor.
You did not get that from your neighbor. Oh my god. He really got that at the mall. We'll show off my fit. We got Adidas pants. Mind the frame. So we got Adidas pants. And they're like really cute because they're really wide. Then we have this is from I think Salvation Army or like some like thrift store. This is from an old friend. And yeah, good fit.
She's
Good fit.
fashion guru.
I'd run.
I wouldn't run.
I have a max 3 minutes to go to the bathroom after I know I'm gonna do it. One time I was at a friend's house and like he was doing whatever, and then I was like, oh my god, I really gotta go to the bathroom, right? And then his brother was in the bathroom. So I like went to go be like, hey, like, when are you coming out? Like the brother was gonna be in there for a while. I was like, damn, like I really gotta go. I was like, no, I'll hold it, it's fine. Right, like it's fine. Then I was like, oh my god, I can't hold it anymore. I hopped in my car, drove to the local gas station. I ran 2 lights. And I got there just in time. Like just as I was about to like go in the bathroom, like
It was over.
I will never forget that. Like I was like Bluetooth is connected. That's what my car does. Does
What?
your car do that?
No.
You don't have the plug-in thing?
Mine don't talk to me. No. It doesn't talk to me like that.
That is so unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
I'm used to embarrassing myself.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to share that with you. I'm not, at least yet. No.
Not yet? Oh my god.
No. This one is like very specific.
I've told this man literally everything. Would you rather wake up naked in a forest 5 miles from your home or in Oh my god, what the fuck? Would you rather wake up naked in a forest 5 miles from home or in your underwear at work? They're terrible options. Wait, are we ending? Is this the vibe or no? We keep going?
No, I just don't have anything else to say.